Hey guys, bad news for Terra Luna today. Let's just get straight into it. Alright, so remember in my video yesterday how I said we had a vote. 90% of people voted no to the new Luna fork. And it's because we all want a burn. We don't want the new fork. We all want a burn. Well, it turns out the vote we had yesterday was this preliminary vote to gauge what the community wants. And like I said, 92% voted no to the new fork because we want the burn. And now today they are having the official governance vote to actually, and this is what actually is going to decide what happens. And so let's look at that. And this is interesting. So yesterday we had 90% vote no to the new fork. And now with this new official governance vote, we're seeing almost 90%. We have 84% here saying yes to the new fork. And so what's going on here? How could we have 90% yesterday and now we have almost 90% yesterday saying no, and now almost 90% today saying yes to the new fork? Some people are saying this vote is rigged because how could that be? How could it swing so drastically like that? They must be rigging this vote. However, I mean, it's possible. Maybe they're rigging it, but you have to consider also that with this governance vote, so yesterday the vote was all community. It was just open to anyone. Anyone could vote. With this official governance vote, the validators control a large majority of the vote. So, for example, there is a single validator who controls 8% of this vote. So really the validators are deciding what's going to happen here. So far it looks like, obviously they're going to vote on what's going to make them what's going to make them the most money is what it's looking like. So Kwon and the validators, they want the new fork because that's probably what's going to make them the most money. So if they do go ahead and vote yes and just go ahead and go with the new fork, even though the community does not want it, we want the burn. Basically, they're saying, we don't care about you guys. We're just going to do what makes us the most money. Screw you guys. Sorry you lost millions of dollars, but we don't care about you guys making money. We just care about ourselves and money we can make. That's basically what we're seeing here if they go through with this. Now, it's not decided yet, but it's not looking good right now. So we'll see what happens. If they do go through and with this and make a new fork, I don't see how. I think it's just a horrible idea in general, because how's anybody going to trust them after what's happened and they just go make a new fork even though nobody wants it? Nobody's going to trust them. People hardly trust them right now. The one way they could restore that trust is if they actually fixed their problem with Luna, did a token burn, and actually helped out their community and helped people make back some of the money that they lost with this crash all the way to zero, basically. Help them make back some money by burning tokens. That would get the community their trust back and make us want to actually support this project. Nobody's going to want to go support this new fork. Why would you trust this company when there's hundreds of other companies or hundreds of other projects that you could support and invest in? Why would you invest in this new fork? I don't know. If they go with the new fork, then I'll probably just go invest in something else personally. So that's what I'm seeing with this. We'll see what happens. But Terra Labs looking pretty shady. Kwon looking pretty shady. There's also this that's come out about Kwon, the CEO of Terra Labs. Leaked documents circling the internet has revealed that the founder had dissolved the infamous Terraform Labs days before their native token Terra Luna crashed. So this looks pretty bad. It looks like he dissolved the company right before the crash. Does that mean he was in on the crash? Now, maybe. that could be the case. But he did move from South Korea to Singapore, so maybe he was dissolving the company in South Korea and then going to reform it in Singapore. Maybe that's the case. So either way, either it was extremely unlucky timing of when he decided to dissolve this company and move it, or he's in on the crash, one or the other. So I don't know. Tell me what you think. Should we trust Kwon, or is this guy a scam artist? Kwon. Should we be calling him Con because he's a con artist, or maybe Kwon artist? You tell me. But yeah, shady guy. Hard to trust this company right now, especially with them just going against what the community wants right now. We'll see what happens. But Terra Luna price was going pretty flat for the past few days. We're seeing a bit of a dump right now. I don't think it'll be too drastic. We'll probably keep going pretty flat, but we'll see what happens. If you hold a large amount of Luna, you might want to take some risk off and get that smaller, maybe put that money somewhere else. I only hold a little bit, so I'm just going to keep holding it, see what happens. If I lose it, it doesn't really matter. It's not that much money, so we'll see what happens if they go ahead with this new fork, or if they decide to respect what the community wants and rebuild that trust. We'll see what happens. Now, it's super obvious we want the burn. I mean, everywhere you look on social media, everybody wants the burn. The community poll showed it. Let's do our own poll right now. If you want the burn, comment burn. If you want the fork, comment fork. And we'll see what the comments show, if we have a 90% ratio like this or what. But depending on what happens, if they go with the fork or the burn, they could still change their mind. I mean, it feels like we've been flip-flopping every day, but depending on what happens, we could see a major pump or a major dump. So subscribe to stay updated, and that's pretty much it for today on this news. We'll see what happens. But thanks, guys, for watching. Like the video if you liked it, and I'll see you later.